Florida real estate crash? Here's what smart investors are doing right now and why you are missing the opportunity. Florida real estate is crashing. At least that's what the headlines scream. Prices are dropping, inventory rising, insurance is insane. All the real estate agents on TikTok are saying stay away, it's crashing, all that good stuff. But investors I work with, they're writing offers. They're making deals. They're building wealth while the rest of the world freezes. You got that? This video is not about fear. It's about facts. It's about what's really happening in Florida. And I'm going to show you 10 advanced real estate strategies that smart investors are using right now. While everyone else is sitting on the sidelines, you're going to be moving. So get a notepad and let's go, right? But who am I? Why should you listen to me? I'll tell you why. I'm Jerry Katz. I've personally owned and operated over $100 million in real estate, industrial, retail, multifamily, condo conversions, and today I insure over $4 billion in commercial real estate across Florida and other high-risk coastal markets. I am connected to every major player, brokers, underwriters, lenders, syndicators, you name it, I probably know them. If it's moving, they're connected to me. And by the way, share our ethics. I've built and exited multiple companies. I've survived the 2008 collapse, and I've learned one thing above all. In real estate, money is made on the buy. That's right. Not the sale, not the flip, not the refinance. It is the buy. When everyone else is scared, hesitant, confused, doesn't know what's going on, that's exactly when I move, and it's happening right now. So let's break down the noise, break down the fear. Inventory is rising fast. In January 2025, Florida hit 172,000 active listings, the highest record in a long time, up over 27% year over year. So that's the fact. In Miami-Dade, inventory jumped over 30% a year. Palm Beach County, they're seeing 15 to 20% increases. This is not just seasonal. It's a clear softening in the market. Prices, they're coming down too. The median home price across Florida dropped from $415,000 to $410,000 in the fourth quarter of 2024. It's not a collapse. It's a correction, and a correction creates opportunity. But here's the kicker. Most people are missing the game. Insurance, for example, is actually coming down in many areas. New carriers are entering the market. Reinsurance deals are loosening. Savvy operators are saving $20,000, $40,000, even $70,000 per property per year right now. That's not just savings. That's equity. Because at a 5.5 cap, a $30,000 expense reduction is $500,000 added to property value without even touching a hammer to rehab or anything. So that is what we need to focus on. Why? Because the stock market's screwed up. They're looking for investment in insurance. So we have capacity. So despite all the fear in Florida, it continues to grow. Migration, population, over 1,000 people per day are moving to Florida. The population just passed 23 million in 2025. Cities like Tampa, Jacksonville, Orlando, Fort Myers are still experiencing job growth, long-term demand, and that means long-term upside. Demographics. Major companies are setting up shop in Florida. Goldman Sachs just moved to West Palm Beach. Citadel, a $60 billion hedge fund, just moved to Miami from Chicago. Blackstone, Thoma Brava, and Founders Fund are actively expanding in South Florida. Why? Because Florida has zero state income tax, a pro-business legislation, governor, access to talent, capital, and lifestyle advantages. Look at the sun behind me. Well, some sellers are panicking. The smart money is planting flags in Florida. And that, again, don't listen to the noise. This is the time to take action. Execution is the key. So let's talk psychology. Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. Warren Buffett, buddy. You want higher profits without higher risk. The blueprint's right here. Hit subscribe and watch Real Estate Profit Boost. The best opportunities come when assets are misunderstood or mispriced. Guy by the name of Sam Zell said that. Fear is paralyzing the market, but fear equals opportunity. If you understand the data and you know how to act, especially operators, they're in there now, they know it, they're on the street. Everyone's sitting on their hands, out-of-state investors. But here's what you need to be doing instead, just like the real operators who are on the street every day and they feel the pulse. That's what an operator does. So let's go deep. Here are 10 tactical strategies being used right now by the smartest real estate investors that I know, including myself. Number 1, underwrite your insurance before the LOI, letter of intent. Don't wait until you're under contract. Have your broker, your insurance agent, do the estimate while you're vetting the deal. It gives you leverage because the last guy still has a higher insurance price. Big leverage. You got to think out of the box. Number 2, identify motivated sellers through in pain, whether it's a high insurance cost, whether it's price reductions, right? There's ways to find mortgage defaults. All of this, you don't have to throw a hammer. And the day you buy it, you've already made some money. Here's the key. Number 3, don't tip off the seller on expense data that you can save. If their policy is $70K, right, and you can get it for 60 or 50 or 40, don't tell them. That's your net income upside, and therefore you're already up a couple $100,000 the day you buy it. Number 4, look for price reductions. That's the key. Make cash offers with 14-day due diligence, for example, and 60-day closings. Get it under contract, but before that happens, negotiate it and use the bank for financing. I call this number 5. Get creative on financing terms. Ask for seller financing. Structure interest-only periods. People want to sell. Look for these opportunities. Liquidity, if you have it right now, is power right now. Number 6, stack NOI by controlling costs. You get that? Forget about just the rents. Look at reassessing tax prices that are falling, insurance negotiations, utility audits, property management overhauls. They always charge everybody. Every 10K is a boost in the value of the profit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Number 7, target operational inefficient things, bad books, vacant units, deferred maintenance. Find the deals where owners are tired, they're sloppy, they're overwhelmed. It's drive by, you see it, right? Stop using overpriced management companies from buyers that are not present. Every dime saved is the money on the buy that increases value. Number 8, cross-collateralize to unlock better financing. Use equity from your stabilized assets to negotiate better terms with the banks for new acquisitions. Lenders are tighter right now, but that's a strategic move where the lender feels comfortable because you've got a stabilized asset with a lot of equity. Yes, it works, folks. Number 9, are you ready? You need to focus on the buy. The buy, especially I call it real estate by the pound. Buy below replacement costs. Deals. If you buy at $120 a square foot when replacement costs are $300, that's a cushion. New construction with inflation, no one will be able to replace the asset. Buy below replacement cost value. And number 10, this is the time to build strategic relationships with wholesalers, brokers. Everyone is slowing down. Now is the time you can get their attention. Even if you're a rookie, follow up weekly, call them in the morning, ask for distressed assets, ask for all kinds of things. They'll take your call. That's why now is a good time, because when the market's busy, they're not going to deal with you. They're dealing with established guys like me. So my point is this isn't 2008, folks. This is more like 2010 and 2011. When the smoke cleared and the biggest fortunes were made in 2000 and 2011. 2008, trust me, I tried to execute a $10 million fund. If you waited until the news said what? It's safe to buy real estate. What do you think, folks? It's too late. What we're seeing right now is inventory surge, which equals buyer leverage, insurance relief, value compression, soft prices plus shaky sellers equals negotiation power. Wealthy buyers, long-term safety net in core markets. They're in there buying. The guys with the cash. This window will not last forever. I'll repeat. This window will not last forever because it happens when there's fear everywhere. The Florida real estate market is crashing, etc., etc. Fear-based investors will miss this wave. The ones who act now with strategy, clarity, and the discipline are going to own the next decade. If you want to scale your portfolio, lock in value during the correction now. Avoid death by expense traps and master the investor psychology of execution. I love execution. Then subscribe, hit the bell, like this, and watch the next video where I show you even more on how to increase your property values or find deals or just raise property value without even raising the rent or renovating anything. So if you like this channel, share it. This is where all investors share. Comment. Maybe you have a comment. Do it. I don't care if it's contrarian or with me. I'm Jerry Katz. This is Real Estate Profit Boost. We don't chase headlines around here. We don't follow fear. We build wealth through execution.